Welcome to the #1 online video cast produced by Same Moon Media. Shut the hell up, grown folks are talking. With your hosts, Will and Chris. Fun talk and lots of laughs about anything you can imagine. Start the show.
Something's wrong with you. I have to go
now that we were funky, we are going to slow it down now and show you how we are feeling. How are you doing? This is Shut the Hell Up.
Grown folks are talking. Grown folks are talking. Keep doing it with my hands. I didn't change my camera though.
Thank you for joining us, and this is our new ritual that we're going to start. So, first of all, we are a Christian show, so we would like to thank God for giving us another day, another opportunity to share something with you, to share our love for Him, and to bless you.
Yes, with whatever kind of joy, entertainment, information, and just a little spot in your day.
Yes. So we want to thank God, and we want to thank you again for joining us. So give yourself a little something.
It's for you.
That's for you. All right, so I'm your host, Willie Will.
And I am Chris. Just Chris.
And we are here for another episode, and we're just going to talk about the stuff that has been affecting us, bringing us joy,
and
happiness,
pain.
and pain, like politics, because
there's a lot going on in the world.
There is.
One thing that we do talk about is that we notice that a lot of people, and especially in our demographics, just our age, our groups of friends, don't seem to know what's going on in the world. And we feel like if they don't know, how many other people don't know? And it affects you whether you like it or not. I did not want to be political. It never occurred to me that I would be so interested in politics, but I can see the direct correlation, and it's getting closer and closer. When people make bad choices, bad things are happening.
bad things are happening. And as you can see, we smoke.
Yes, we do.
So what are we smoking? What are we smoking today, Chris?
Today, we are smoking a hybrid this morning. We purchased this from Jars Recreational. We purchased this out in Mount Morris. This is actually a spot, it's near Flint, where we are. And this is a hybrid again. It's called Ice Cream Cake.
Ice cream cake.
Lemon Tree.
Lemon tree.
Ice Cream Cake and Lemon Tree. The THC levels on this, ladies and gentlemen, is 21.87% for this hybrid. Once again, purchased from Jars Recreational in Mount Morris. So we're going to puff it and do the show and
Thank you, John.
let you know.
Thank you, John.
Well, we
Thank you for being here.
did buy it. So.
And thank you, God, for creating another plant, or a
Cannabis.
plant that has opened and enlightened my mind.
Opened and enlightened my mind. It's got medicinal properties, y'all.
So we are in Flint, Michigan, and we like to just kind of catch you up for those who haven't seen the show.
Right.
We retired from New York.
Originally
Fire
from New
Department.
York.
All those that are watching is from the fire department, EMS.
What's up,
What's up?
EMS
What's up?
party
What's
people
up?
in the place to
To
be?
be.
And you know, I got to give a shout out to the Bronx because that's where I'm from.
So after retirement, we figured let's come here to do what, Chris? Break that down.
We came out here because, you know what, Flint has become a forgotten city. And this dude's my BFF right here, and he actually grew up in Michigan. He's not far from here. And
I went to high school.
he went to high school out here. And, you know, we came back down here, and it was actually kind of sad to see what happened. It was like after all the factories left, and then the water crisis happened, Flint just became a forgotten city, and it just seemed like the kids were the ones that were really slipping through the cracks.
Right.
Really slipping through the cracks. And there was almost no art that we could really see. I mean, high school, we're close. His old high school doesn't exist anymore. It's an abandoned building.
And we came here we brought a film school here because, just me getting to New York was based on like the arts programs that we had here in Flint. So from marching band, we had talent shows. Guys, there were so many people that were recording records, producing records. We had performances. So it was because of the arts that my group actually went to New York because somebody heard our demo. demo. So
Okay.
we went down there and we signed with a manager, Paradise Gray, from
Where's he
Black
from?
Watch from man.
I'm so terrible with names.
Yeah.
It's like groups, musical groups. It's like I'm so bad.
Okay, I'll get that. I'll get that info and I'll fix that up a little later.
But you basically got your vibe from out here and took it to New York, and now you brought it back.
And what do you say? Because there's one thing about this, because when we had the business while working, but working the shifts that we were working,
it was just too difficult to start the nonprofit. It's like we were doing 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts. What's up?
Nonprofit, STHU Media Foundation. Look it up, donate.
Thank you for the shameless plug.
Yes.
But
Speaking of shameless plugs, 3D.
3D. Oh. Get your STHU Media Foundation.
Now,
Actually, it's a shut the hell up. Grown folks are talking.
see what happens when you smoke?
Still another shameless plug.
Still another shameless plug. But Chris, let's talk about some of the things that we got into over the weekend.
Okay,
some of
what's
the
up?
news. So again, this is a
Something piss you off this weekend? Something piss you off? Something bother you? Something?
Well, you know what? I don't know why I do it to myself, but yes, politics. Politics.
You can't
that
help
debt
it.
ceiling situation, y'all know how I feel about that. If we don't raise the debt ceiling, we are going to have a global economic crisis. 8.3 million people will lose their jobs.
And
Social
who are
Security
these
checks.
people?
Who are what people? That's
The people that are losing their job, it's like regular. I mean, people need to know it's regular working class.
Right, the working class people.
that are gonna lose these.
You are going to lose your job. If you work for the post office, you are going to be furloughed for a moment or two.
Right.
But we always raise the debt ceiling. This is what we have to do. So it's going to happen, but the fact that we have to negotiate, and I'm hearing now that the president might negotiate, and I think he's going to give up, he's going to concede to the part of the bill where like people who get assistance like SNAP, Medicaid, and people who are working age, I forgot how I explained it, but they're going to have to work a minimum amount of hours per month, 30, 40.
Wow, and that's in the negotiation to raise the debt ceiling?
Right. That was in a negotiation with the bill. The bill also had where they wanted to reduce Social Security. They only want to raise the debt ceiling 1.5 trillion, and then renegotiate in 2024. It's just some ridiculous stuff,
But usually the debt ceiling is just raised without negotiation, right?
80-something times raised.
It's just
raised three times in the Trump administration.
And
so
this
it
way
gets
we
raised.
pay all our debts.
We pay our debts.
And our credit rating basically is what it is.
Well, we
It
actually,
stays good.
because of the stall in 2011 with Obama, because they did it again. Somehow when there's a Democrat president, there always seems to be some bill attached to the debt ceiling being raised. But yeah, that brought our credit rating down to a AA.
And it went from a
AAA to a AA.
Okay,
But
so
again,
it's
just
bad.
like everybody else's credit rating goes down, higher the interest, costs more. So let's say the T-bonds, because we get our revenue from taxes and investments, and then some miscellaneous stuff. I just saw miscellaneous. They didn't explain that. That's from the sale of coke.
It's like that could be anything.
Cocaine sale.
That could be anything, Sir Arms, dear Lord. No, I'm just kidding. It could be anything.
Time to get back to reality.
Now I want to see Lord of War.
But I mean, going back to the minimum work hours. Hey, if that's what it is, that's what it is. Because
they have to raise the debt.
Right, they have to, and because the debt is going to increase, we are going to owe more money. We have to raise the debt ceiling because we have the what do you want to call them? Refugees?
Oh, you mean all the migrants?
Yeah, the migrants, but the political refugees due to, but see, the story started with Venezuelans, but amazingly, people from Ghana is in there.
China, as far as China and
Cuba.
They walked to the Mexican border from China. It's like how many countries just let
them through?
Groups and groups of people through just to get to the border and make them someone else's problem.
But amazingly enough, after Title 14 2014 was canceled, and they put in that new bill with the point of if you illegally cross, you can't apply.
What is it, for like 5 years?
5 years,
5 years?
yeah.
Because
For asylum.
already
You can't apply for asylum for 5 years. So that line of people has reduced.
Oh, has it now?
We're saying there was 10,000 people trying to come through.
Right,
We got
a day,
down to
right? I think it was daily.
You're getting down to like 600 at different crossings
Wow.
because you have to get more strict. You have to become more strict.
Right.
And
I mean, but I get it. I mean, I understand that a lot of people are leaving and they're trying to come to America. America's land of the free, home of the brave. It's built by immigrants. I understand it. But there is a process. And there are certain people that are in need more, because there's a difference between someone running from a country that is truly war-torn, like from Ukraine, and someone else that just wants to escape gang violence.
And for a better life.
And for a better life. I get it, but gang violence is everywhere.
Because there's gang violence
We have gang
in
violence
Chicago. There's
in New
more
York. There's gang
Arkansas,
violence everywhere.
There's California. Like you said, it is
And
everywhere.
there are immigrants who are legally trying to enter the United States.
Yes.
So it's also not fair to certain people, to, in my opinion, if they're not really trying to escape, like I said, something cataclysmic or terrible like Ukraine, they shouldn't jump the line over the people that actually paid the money or took the classes or did whatever the process is.
Yeah, because we're not saying you don't come here. We are all immigrants. All this America first.
Right.
Come
Everybody.
on.
It's like you ask all these people, especially the MAGA types that want to send everybody back home, they seem to forget that they're only like 2 generations removed, because their grandmother and their great-grandfather came from Germany or Italy or England or Scotland.
Yeah,
so it's
the Europeans.
Euro-American. You're Euro-American.
Euro-American, right.
You know, we're
They
African-American,
colonized.
Asian-American. They are Euro-American.
Somehow, I don't understand how the story changes so much where it becomes like Christian nationalism. One, nationalism, come on, American Indians.
Right.
You know what, let's not even go there. Let's just hear this for a moment.
We'll save that for another show. That's a whole other category. The passion is real. The passion is real.
This is the cloth cover. Okay. All right, I think I'm good.
You good now?
Everybody happy about
You
that?
good now?
I'm
You good now? That was a good hit.
And the smoke was satisfying.
It's a hybrid, y'all. It's a hybrid.
So, we were talking about what was frustrating me.
Right. What got you? What got you over the weekend? I see. I see you getting ready to show a clip.
I'm gonna show you a clip.
I haven't seen this clip. Should I smoke before or after?
Take a little puff while I get it together.
Oh, because every time I see this person, I'm almost afraid. Like, just seeing the image of that individual, just seeing the image of this person just makes me,
Okay. All right. So,
cringe.
all right. So let me.
I'm gonna need this joint.
Let me lead you into this.
Please.
Okay. Give me 1 second. All right. Georgia. I don't know what happened this last election. I don't know how you voted this lady in.
This woman was elected, y'all.
Yeah, but this is a clapback moment that I think you need to see, Christine.
Okay, please, because I haven't seen it.
Okay, let me give it to you, baby.
Oh, please, thank you.
Free Americans instead of murder. You think this is funny, Ms. Spitalnik? Is this funny to you? Is babies being murdered in the womb funny to you? Because you're smirking and laughing at me right now.
What's not funny are the Black people and Hispanic people and Jewish people and Muslim people who have been murdered in synagogue, in church, in supermarkets, in mosque by white supremacists.
It was a House hearing on extremism, and after Marjorie Taylor Greene got corrected and laughed at, she went into an extreme verbal tailspin.
Are you aware that all colored people are murdered? That is a fact, that every single color person has been murdered. That's not unusual.
We've all been murdered? What? Come on, Marge, spit it out.
It's not just that people of color are murdered. White people are murdered too. Murder is not just for minorities. That may be a shock to you because you seem to dive deeply into all kinds of misinformation and seem to be uninformed yourself. And if you apparently care about human rights and you care about studying extremism, let's have a little talk about extremism, shall we? I think that's important because that's what this hearing is all about. I'd like to inform you, or maybe you don't know, maybe you do know, I doubt it. You mostly care about white supremacists and white-wing extremism. But there's quite a pattern of left-wing violent protests on college campuses today. Ms. Gaines here was a victim of it. Do you support what they did to Ms. Gaines? These trans terrorists chasing her into a room, do you support their movement?
I am absolutely sorry that Ms. Gaines felt threatened and unsafe while she was on a college campus, and that's not acceptable. But again, the statistics tell us that when it comes to politically motivated violence, in 2022, every single murder was committed by a right-wing extremist.
Every single murder in America was committed by a right-wing extremist?
Every single politically motivated murder was committed by a right-wing extremist.
Are you sure about that?
I am
Are you aware that the Tennessee shooter just recently identified as a man and she was a biological woman? Was she a right-wing extremist as well?
Young lady's time has expired. I'll allow the witness to answer the question.
So that was a shooting that happened in 2023. There is no evidence as to what ideology motivated that shooting.
Oopsie.
And what we do know is that cisgender males are responsible for the vast majority of mass shootings in this country.
I'm sorry, I don't know what a cisgender male is. There's only two genders. It's male and female.
Let me give you a little pause. Hold on,
It's male and female. That would be that. So no one knows what a cisgender male is. It's a made up.
Unfortunately,
idea.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, you always say, it's in the words. It's in their language. It's in their language. And she was just letting things fly all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
In several different directions. She got me when she was like, colored people, colored. And then she had to clean that up
Well,
a couple
she was
different ways.
actually saying, are you saying, she was saying all color people.
Right, but the way it came
All
out
colored people.
originally,
Yeah.
she had to clean it up. And then the politically motivated. I knew she was going to remove the politically motivated section of that sentence.
Okay, so I got a little more. Let's continue.
Two genders. It's male and female. That would be that. So no one knows what a cisgender male is. It's a made up.
Unfortunately,
idea.
Actually, it's not made up. It's an adjective commonly used in the medical and mental health community. Cisgender refers to a person whose sense of personal identity and gender corresponds with their birth sex. So,
Which you would have known if you didn't drop out of high school.
You know what I'm saying? But she talk regular.
Because she thought regular. Okay.
a person who was born as a male and identifies as a man is a cisgender man. It's not complicated unless you are Marjorie Taylor Greene, and everything she spoke about on this day seemed to be complicated and turned into a train wreck.
Just while we've been sitting in this committee room having this hearing today about left-wing extremism and violence, literally, as we were being gavelled in, we experienced some left-wing extremism of our own on the second floor of this building. While we've been in here, the Center for Popular Democracy invaded our office building this afternoon to push their extreme agenda on everything from climate to the debt ceiling. Approximately a dozen were arrested while we were sitting in this hearing room. Thankfully, my staff brought over pictures to share with you all. This happened right here in the rotunda of the Cannon building while we were sitting here in this hearing. Having this hearing on left-wing extremism. I mean, you kind of can't even make this up.
There are peaceful protests and arrests in the halls of Congress every week, but go on.
Here they are.
Not like some mob of people. And I'm sorry, did I hear her correctly saying that these people were there because they were concerned about the climate and the debt ceiling?
Right.
Two things that affect us globally.
Right.
Climate change and the debt ceiling that we were just talking about. Those.
But we're having a hearing.
But there's a hearing for that.
Let's continue.
Left-wing extremism. I mean, you kind of can't even make this up.
There are peaceful protests and arrests in the halls of Congress every week, but Go on.
Here they are being arrested by Capitol Police. We really appreciate their work.
look like
Here they are
traffic
being loaded into the vans, thankfully. And here's some of their signs that they left here in the Cannon building. I don't know if we call that an insurrection, left-wing extremism, violence. I'm not sure what we call it.
Well, you wouldn't call it violent, Marge, because they were not violent. They were peaceful. You wouldn't call it an insurrection.
I can't. I
You know
can't
what they
take it
did?
more.
Do you know what those people did, Will?
What did they do?
They littered. I saw 2 signs, at least 2 signs on the ground. That's littering. They littered in the rotunda. We need a hearing. Somebody get Santos.
But this is what I'm talking. So
Put him in
this,
charge. Wow.
I gotta soothe myself.
She's just,
What?
She was elected.
She was elected. Oh, there's so much more.
She was.
So much more.
This is what people are wasting their time doing. This is what the Republicans are wasting their time and our tax dollars
Right.
doing. Every time that woman goes on TV in a forum, we're paying for it.
That's true. Oh yeah, we are. Every time they have
she gets
a hearing.
up there and talks about bullshit.
Right. We're paying
We're
for that.
paying for it.
We're paying for that.
It's insane.
I know.
It's insane.
But the thing is, we take that for granted. We're not thinking about, and see, that expenses for the others, things of that nature. That $8 trillion is paying for these hearings about Marjorie Taylor Greene getting suspended from Twitter. Or Laura Boebert talking about
public urination.
Yeah.
And what are we doing about public urination?
Right.
People, there were food lines, lady.
They just had a hearing in D.C. about D.C. crime, and they're trying to talk about how D.C. was responsible. Part of the D.C. mayor. I mean, the D.C. mayor was part of the problem with the insurrection. But I didn't realize that D.C. is not represented in the GOP. They don't have a representative in Congress.
Right.
Their tax dollars. They have no voice that goes with their tax dollars. They have no say.
So where does that money go? Who handles their money?
No, they still pay taxes, but there's no representative, no district representative for DC.
Is that normal?
Yes,
Normally?
it's been like that.
Why did I feel like I knew that?
Because you're high.
Okay.
That's
all right, so
why did I feel?
Ice cream cake and lemon tree. We're gonna give that a functional, workable, what? Let's say 1 out of 10. What's a good number? Okay, functional, workable.
1 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it
all of it. 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4, plus a 5, a 1 and a 10.
Give it all that.
But Chris,
What's up?
I would like you to talk about a little Black history.
You know
Black
what?
history time.
You know what? I'm actually glad you brought that up. Because
Well, describe what we're trying to do, though.
right. Basically, what we're trying to do is inject a little Black history moment. It could be a person. It could be a person, place, or thing. Because they're trying to silence us in certain places.
They're trying to whitewash us. That's it. That's literally
whitewash us.
Right.
from
Look
history.
into the bills in Florida.
Just look at Florida. They're banning
I think no
books.
sex education now unless you're 18. Just like we thought it was supposed to be elementary. Now they're controlling what you do up until you're a senior.
I can't.
What type of information
They're
that you
trying
learn.
to control what's going on in colleges.
Right.
They're banning books, and they're specifically getting rid of things that reference slavery or anything that makes, historically white people look bad.
Or feel uncomfortable.
Or feel uncomfortable. They don't want their kids
Right.
to know what's going on.
Because they say teachers shouldn't be forced to teach this type of stuff.
But even the ones that want to teach, didn't they
Right.
fire a teacher?
Yeah, they fired teachers
that
with tenure
wanted to
because
teach.
who had tenure.
Right.
But you know what? When you have a supermajority in your state legislation, and you have a Republican who's equally the same, this happens. Oh, okay. So we are going to end this show today because we have something that we have to deal with. But thank you for joining us. And we will catch you next.